761 Demorest. Front of the house here. There's some brush and weeds to clean up. The window, the wood around the windows is in rough shape. The paint itself and some of the wood has got some rot. The wood on the porch, it all needs scraped and painted. These metal things need to be scraped, sanded, painted with a rusty metal primer, and then painted. My guess is these gutters are full of junk that should be cleaned out. There's nails coming out of the gutters. So the fascia, that fascia's all rotted up in there. So we probably need to get, gutters probably just need to come down and the fascia needs replaced. More nails coming out of the gutter. More fascia rotted. I mean, this up here in the corner, it's really bad. These gates are in rough shape. Boards busted off. Multiple styles of board. So if we're going to keep it, I think we're going to need to fix those up. There's cables that are broken that used to be keeping the gates square. This tree is basically dead. This tree probably should come down. There's a lot of dead all along this side and all at the top. So might as well take it down while we're doing a bunch of landscaping. All this, all the way around. Get rid of it. Even on the front of the fence. It's probably just rotting the fence away. More bushes to get rid of. That's a berry bush. That needs to get gone, all of it. Who knows what the side of the house looks like there. Yeah, I don't know. Here's some cable boxes and stuff back there. Can't really see very well. But siding's probably in the same condition as the rest of the house. We got screens out of windows that need to be taken care of. Yeah, I mean, this wood's not rotted, but not in great shape. This one's bad. Very bad. All the way around it's rotted. This back door needs to be replaced. Just get rid of the screen door. Probably need to replace the piece of wood that's under the door also. Ooh, the meter box is rusted. That thing probably needs to be replaced. And this up here, that is all, there must have, you know what, I bet there was some sort of lean-to or something. This caulk line, there's like shingles on there, I bet there was on there, so clean that off. In the back of the house, siding's in rough shape, it's peeling. It's not, some of it's a little buckled, but not all of it, not bad here. The window wood is a little rough shape. Needs painted at the very least. We need to fill, or we need to cover this. We need to get the satellite dish off the house and repair the roof. This needs to have wood or something to fill all the holes around that. That's probably for a vent for the bathroom. Clean out the yard. We need to clean out the window wells. The fascia is rotted in a few places. There's some there, some over here. The chimney needs tuck pointed. There's like a whole center section, about 10 rows that bricks are coming out of. Gutters themselves don't look like they're in bad shape, but you're gonna have to come down to fix the fascia. This whole side of the house, we need to send landscape guy to cut these bushes down right away. The siding on this side is much worse shape. It's very weathered, warped, all over the place. So I don't know if it's worth painting or leaving. Yeah, we got to clean up the driveway here, all the leaves and everything. This porch railing needs to be kind of sanded, scraped, painted. Put a new light on the wall. There's a wire hanging out right there. I wonder why that is when you figure that out. This here is, this wood's all rotted out here underneath, so we're gonna need to rot it all there too. So we need to, my guess is we need to pull a bit of the gutters and replace wood, replace that wood, replace the light. Looks like this front door has seen better days. Needs replaced. All right, inside here, the floor's not in great shape. It's pretty rough looking. The windows are in desperate need of cleaning. They're really bad shape, clean wise. The woodwork here on this window will probably just be painted. Some of it, this stuff's all cracked, broken, so some of this casing is going to need replaced. And this is all caulk on here. Disgusting stuff all over the windows. Cleaned off. The door seems to be okay. The casing will clean up all right. This piece trim's okay. We'd have to pull the shoe molding off. This thing seems like it's okay. It looks like the wallpaper in here. The wallpaper probably needs to be removed. It won't paint over well, or it can still paint over if it's fine. It doesn't peel off. This thing's cleaned out. Painted. That, I suppose that's the return air down there. That needs to be cleaned out real good. I mean, that can be fixed. This stop, I mean, it's all rough. It's beat up. This whole jam is beat up. I don't know, maybe just change the hinges on the door and paint everything. And this door's slick. It's going to have to be sanded real good. There's a bunch of nail holes in it that would need fixed. This door has actually been replaced. So I suppose change the hinges, hardware, paint it. Seems like that's okay. Shoe molding removed. plaster peeling off the ceiling. So, plaster's in rough shape. It's good. We need to fix it. Got electrical goodness going on here. Wires exposed on the outside of the walls. More, and the casing's just been filled with holes, windows, bad shape. Bathroom. It's in rough shape. Door seems to close okay. It's not all busted up. Needs new hinges, needs cleaned really well. Holes need filled. It's gonna need sanded. And this jamb, it's been busted down there. But it probably could be wood filled and sanded smooth. There's holes in the jambs or casing. This year, there's a bunch of paint peeling in the bathroom, so these walls are going to need to be sanded, scraped. Same with the ceiling. I wonder why that vent is out there, because I'm going to see a vent in the bathroom. So we probably should look into putting one in here if we can. Toilet vanity. I don't know. Probably a hair in that corner. The floor here is bad. That's probably got some rotten subfloor. We probably, the steel tub, who knows how much rusting is on the drains. You can look at it underneath and see, because we might be able to just clean this real good and spray it. The tile job's horrendous on these corners. Like you cut your hands, it's just exposed cut tile all the way around. I don't know. There's not much money in this house, budget-wise. This corner bead needs to be replaced on this corner. It's all rusted and rotted out. Door to upstairs. The door's kind of beat up, but it's probably sandable. This jam looks like probably the worst of all of them, but we're not going to mess with replacing that. So we might need to replace this piece of stop, maybe the casing, because it's just really chewed up. There's like a piece of metal behind the casing that has to go to that. These both need removed. This was a smoker's house. You could see the nicotine dripping off the walls. Lights need replaced. This floor's rough shape. A few cracks in the corners, ceiling here in the plaster of the closet, but door seems okay. I think that door's been replaced. Just been sanded. Change the hinges, hardware. All the vents are nasty. Same thing, this door seems fine. Just change the hinges and I guess we'll be okay. The shoe molding has to come off. Casing on the windows, again. I mean, it's just all chewed up, like a million screws in it. So, this kind of stuff. The tape needs removed. There's tape all over the place on these things. caulk in here needs to be removed. Yeah, that silicone caulk needs to be scraped out. Something else put in there. All around it, it's all silicone. Nice, it's not paintable at all. So any of that silicone caulk needs cut out. And then some paintable caulk put in the corners there. And then everything painted. Holes filled. All the ceiling or all the crumbling paint is scraped off. Kitchen pretty much needs to go away. It's gross. Cabinets are broken. Well, hinges are broken anyways. It's already been replaced and it's gross. Nicotine everywhere. I mean, just rolling off of everything. Disgusting. So, needs new appliances. Back door needs replaced. The door to the basement is busted. That one's gonna need to be replaced. The door stop here and here is backwards. Those need to be flipped around, put in properly. I think it just needs painted. Take the shoe molding out, carpet everything. Obviously that light needs to be, I don't know how we're gonna fix that. But we gotta figure out how to make that not dangerous. This, there's like packing tape. Oh geez, spider webs on my head. There's packing tape. There's a packing tape seam here between the old and new closet. It took till they made this thing longer, so I think we just try to clean this up, figure out a piece of trim we can put here to cover this seam, get all this tape off, and get a piece of trim on that to cover it, paint this whole thing. It should be fine. This door seems like it's in fine shape. The woodwork part's gonna need to be sanded. Carpet the floors. Get rid of these wires that are in here. This thing, I guess, just sanded. Sanded and painted. Big giant gap here, but who cares? Lights, we'll get rid of the ceiling fan and just put a couple of low profile lights up here. Windows been replaced, and there's just crappy caulk and junk all over things, so all that just needs to be cleaned off and painted. Stuff removed from the walls, hooks, and miscellaneous junk. Holes filled. Shoe molding removed so we can put carpet down. That should do it up here. These brackets for the handrail need to be replaced, and handrail seems fine. Just needs to be sanded real good and painted. That thing needs to be removed from the ceiling. Electrical disconnected, probably goes to that switch, but disconnect the electrical, eliminate that fan. All right, basement. We can start with removing all of this whole bar, everything. Leave the 4x4 in the corner there, but all this stuff, all the one by all this lattice. There's a plywood here, can go away. Then that handrail needs to be moved up. It's like at 27 inches, needs to be at 34 to 38 off the front of the step there and up there. Basement has a ton of wires, so many cable wires that need to be just removed. And there's a ton of cobwebs up here that need to be cleaned up. All of this woodwork needs to be removed. All this here, up here, that little wall over there, this wall here needs to go away. There's stuff in the corner there. This was a toilet. We could put a toilet here, I guess. So I wonder if we turn that water. I think we plug that thing back in and turn it on before we leave. This, I think we replace this thing and redo the drain for the laundry. The panel's been changed, but I'm gonna have to figure out wiring, or I doubt it's grounded. Might be. Actually, I see a ground wire there coming out. This room back here, let's go away. All this junk. Ceiling walls. All these cracks need to be, we really need, probably need to kind of grind some of the mortar joints out where these cracks are and kind of tuck point it where we can, because that's really the only way it's going to do anything to stop it leaking. My leg is dying. The walls are bowed. Most likely this wall needs it too. Beams on this wall. This wall definitely needs it. It's 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches all the way down. Over here, boy, that's probably because of all the smoke in the house. My guess is these ducts here are disgusting. Yeah, this wall's bowed here, and the wall pretty much to the right of the support column needs beams. There's a waterproofing system that's been installed, so it's kind of coming off of the wall. We need to figure out getting it reattached. It's cleaned up. It's a lot. It's really it's like broken there. I don't know what we can do with this, but it's coming off the wall. Needs to be fixed. And we need to be careful when putting in the beams that doesn't get ruined. This wood can come out. Basement then gets, the floor needs scrubbed. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's stuck to the floor from water leaks. Needs to all be scraped off, and then might as well repaint everything. Repaint the floors, dry lock the walls, some extreme dry lock. Couple coats. This all needs to be scraped off, all this junk there. Yep. There's electrical issues, things like that. All need to be addressed. So many wires. What were they doing? This tiny house with all this cable lines. Wild. All right, that's all there is. There's like that box needs to be replaced. It's all rusted, and any boxes like that need to be replaced. This drain for the tub has to be redone because that is pretty much ridiculous. it needs to be fixed, redone so it's balanced properly. Things like that, need covers on them. All of the asbestos needs taped, run over or put over, put that kind of tape over it, the foil tape. The casing on the inside of this door needs to be replaced. The stairs here should be cleaned. They literally need to be washed and then painted again. And the kitchen will need new base trim, actual base trim, especially, you know, I don't know, these cabinets are rough shape.